Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Joe and Patty here talking to you live on Facebook, on Zoom, on everything that probably has some kind of video. Thanks for joining us. It's a project that we've been talking about for a while, and we're really excited to do. Obviously, this is 0FA, 0FM interactive podcast. Every time that we get on here, we're going to be speaking with different members of 0 Feet Away fam, learning more about kind of what our tastes are, what's going on in the electric music scene, or the folk music scene for the jam band folks too. Really just kind of seeing what our group is all about and how we all kind of interact with each other. So on this episode, first thing that we're probably going to talk about is all the different things that you might not know about 0 Feet Away. And Joe, what are some things that we'll probably cover about this? Don't we know about 0 Feet Away?
First of all, we have a podcast, which is what we got going on right now.
Podcast.
So we got a podcast, and our whole goal with this podcast is to have an interactive podcast where you can hop on as viewers and can interact with us, ask questions, answer questions, discuss stuff like that.
But don't interrupt.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, we'll come. We'll ask questions. We'll ask you to unmute, stuff like that. As far as the schedule goes, I mean, we're just starting, so we'll get on a more active schedule. Maybe, I don't know, maybe monthly, bi-weekly. I don't know. Maybe we'll ask the viewers. And
I think it's gay weekly, not
gay weekly.
Bi-weekly.
Well,
for some of us.
Well, I mean, as far as a schedule, you guys think, because you guys are the ones that will be tuning in. Let's go live to one of our moderators, Chris. What do you think as far as a schedule for this podcast? When would you tune in?
I fucking love this. I think it's a great idea. I don't know, monthly, it could be there. I think the activity was, especially after COVID. We're actually in Atlanta this weekend for Green Velvet tomorrow night. If anybody's in the area or wants to join, it's at District. We'll be there. We met, actually, I just invited Corey to the chat. I don't know if they'll hop on, but we met Corey in Tulum. He's opening tomorrow night, so we flew down for his opening. So excited to check that out. I think it's a great idea. I love this.
There's a lot going on. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but yeah, no, that's cool. We also have another moderator, TJ, on here. TJ, what do you think as far as a schedule for a podcast? What would you think we would do? Days of the week, times, frequency, etc.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, so frequency, I mean, I'm pretty open. Nowadays with being able to hop on anything, anywhere, anytime, as long as it's not during the workday.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely weekends, probably like evening, maybe Saturday or Sunday. Maybe Sunday.
We were thinking something like that too. The biggest reason we pick this time and this day of the week is like on a Friday. Let's say it's Friday. On the East Coast, it's 8 o'clock. So it's early enough before people go out to the clubs and bars and stuff like that. And even if it's like a party weekend or a festival weekend, we could hop on a fucking camera at the campsite and do a fucking podcast before we go into the festival. I mean, so it's a good time frame, a lead up into the weekend, I think. I don't know. I'm thinking, I like the Friday evening thing or Saturday evening, but I know some people are partying hard Saturday all day,
I mean, I agree with that. And let me just say, Chris, I'm so fucking jealous. God damn it. Actually going to I'm so mad right now.
This show's tomorrow night.
It doesn't matter. It's closer than nothing the past year. I'm super jealous.
Some places are open though. That's the thing. Florida's open. Georgia's open.
Speaking of like places being open, I just saw that New York City is actually opening large venues again, starting to reopen large venues and have new rules. I haven't been too far into it. I read the headline and then I read New York City is coming back to life, and I was like, it was never Deadpool, but it's it's pretty exciting to see that New York City has been the epicenter of everything that's been kind of the lead with between that and California of what's going to be closed, what's going to be closed, or how should we be doing any of this. It's exciting to see that that big area is finally opening again and finally having activity again.
Very true. Very true.
It makes me happy.
So back to things you probably didn't know about 0 Feet Away. Let's talk about us.
I like that subject.
I mean, first of all, I'm Joe and this is Patty. We're the admins of 0 Feet Away, a couple of the admins. There's a few other ones out there. Let's talk about you. First of all, Patrick, let's talk about how you got into 0 Feet Away. First of all, let's talk about what you do. What do you do when you're not raving?
I'm Patty, Patrick, whatever you want to call me. A lot of times I just get yelled at. But I'm Patty. Basically, I work in sales. I've been working in sales my entire career, just depending on what the different things are that I'm selling. And really, I kind of take that skill set that I have for what we do and what I do in my work and kind of apply it to what we do here a little bit in terms of recruiting folks during a festival to bring them into the group, with some assistance from our other members as well. I think we've been with 0 Feet Away since, I've been with it since 2015, and it's crazy to think about how in the last year to 2 years we've just blown up. I think that's one of the coolest things to see is how we've gone from our humble beginnings and we'll talk more about that. I don't want to spoil any of it, but we've gone from humble beginnings all over to now we're this large group that gets to work with other different groups across the country that are promoting, fun, awesome communities that really anybody. It's not limited to any specific, orientation. Really anybody can just be a part of. Joe, what do you do?
Well, I'm Joe, and I've been here for a while from the beginning. On the side, I work for NASCAR. A lot of people know that, a lot of people don't. And everyone asks me, what do I do for NASCAR? Do you drive the NASCARs? And I'm like, no, I don't. I actually inspect all the frames, the chassis of the race cars before they go to the racetrack. And it's an easy job. I work in the shop Monday through Friday, and I have my weekends off. I used to go to all the racetracks. I'd have to work every single weekend. Never be able to go to a festival. It sucked. It was terrible. But that's what I do now, and I love it. So I really can't complain. Let's tell them how we met, actually.
Do you want to do it from your side or my side? Because I don't even know if you remember us meeting that night.
Well, believe it or not, me and Patrick did not meet at a festival, but I'll let Patrick tell the story since he was probably more sober than I was that night.
Well, I started out that way for sure. So, picture this. It's a little bit of a rainy St. Patrick's Day, 2015. And I had just recently moved into Charlotte as of January. Joe was already living in Charlotte, living his best life, as I've heard some people say. We went to a local gay bar in Charlotte. And I ended up going up, and I was just drinking up there, and I saw this really loud, really obnoxious person and Joe. And I was like, what is going on? And by really loud and really obnoxious, I mean, he was just like super friendly. Everybody was like going toward him, and I was kind of in a sour mood that day. So that's how it came across to me. Like, oh, how come you have friends and I don't? So I went down to the corner of the table, loud, obnoxious person. A lot of you folks know him, Armando. He put his arm around me and he goes, hey, pal, what's going on? And starts talking to me and invites me to do an Irish car bomb and just celebrate the entirety of the holiday. And at that point, he introduced me to Joe. Joe and I and Armando were all talking, and the conversation turned to Tomorrow World 2015. And are you going? You have to go. How come you aren't going? We got to make sure that you go. And so we hung out at 316 that entire night. The next day, we went to another gay bar in Charlotte that was closed, Cathode, and we enjoyed the night there. Raced to Waffle House from Cathode, and then did an after party at what became Club 5202, the original Club 5202, and it was history, as they say. So
true enough.
So
and Patrick moved into our dining room, went to Tomorrow World with us. And yeah, no, it was great. It was great. So continuing on with our topic of
Wait,
things.
wait. Me.
Yeah, what's up?
So,
Alright.
so you would
Go
say
ahead.
you were drawn to somebody similar to yourself?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why do you think I was a sourpuss about it?
Yeah.
Like, he already has the clout to be able to be loud and obnoxious in this bar. And it's my second time in this bar, and I can't do it. That's ridiculous.
That's right.
But remember, this was 2015. This was a much more free time, right? Everyone was going to festivals. No one had to worry about their living room having amazing lighting. Like this was a very different time in our country's very, very small age.
Very true. Very true. So moving on with things people probably didn't know about 0 Feet Away. I mean, so a lot of the gay people know because, of course, it's very well known. But this all was a spin-off of Grindr, and the Grindr app. You go to a festival and you don't have service, cell service. You can't get on Grindr. You can't check for other guys around you. So we had an idea to come up with a flag. And honestly, when we thought about it, it was just a funny idea as a flag and as a totem. So all of our friends in our group could find us at the festival. And then once we realized when we went to the festival was that people would flock to our flag because they saw the Grindr thing and they didn't know, they couldn't get on Grindr. So they went to the festival. And Patrick, we actually have the original flag here with us. This flag was a piece of fabric, which was spray painted on with a stencil and then some other paint. And that's what the original, the OG Grindr flag was at Tomorrow World 2014. And it just blew from there.
There are actually a couple of sets that you can find the original flag in. So folks are really, I know a lot of folks have been watching a lot of old sets from Tomorrow World. Take a look and look for the original flag in the 2014 Tomorrow World version of the festival.
And another thing that a lot of people probably don't know is that like me and you are not the original founders of 0 Feet Away. Sure. I was there at the beginning and I was one of the founders, but like our group going to Tomorrow World 2014, where the flag was the first time that it took flight, was in the group. There was only, let's see, I don't know, maybe
14.
No, well, yeah, there was not that many people, but there was only 3 of us that were actually gay. And my friend JB is the one who actually came up with the idea, let's do a Grindr flag because it's funny. And they had a little Grindr flag thing on their boat. And and so the Grindr flag was our little totem for the festival. And JB he's been to one festival, 2014, which was the very first festival. He hasn't been to a festival since. He doesn't even follow EDM. Armando was there from the beginning. He's the one that took me to that festival. I went with him, and that whole crew was people that I met through Armando. So like, these are original founders that were there from the very beginning that really have a silent part in 0 Feet Away nowadays, where me and you are the face of 0 Feet Away, but you weren't there till a year later.
Nope.
A lot of people probably don't know that.
Nope, but I dove right in.
You did dive right in, and you took charge. So you can't
fault them.
No. And then later on down the road is when I had the idea to incorporate the 0 Feet Away from the actual Grindr app, which is where I made a new flag, and it was an actual screen printed flag with the 0 Feet Away, and everyone's like, oh, that's funny. That's because you go to you go up to the totem and you get there and you meet all these gays and you're like literally 0 feet away. Like you don't need the Grindr app because you got the real thing right there. And we met so many people from doing that. It wasn't unintentional at first. Like I said, it was just a funny idea for a totem, and then it just blew up into something so much more, which was kind of great. Kind of
piggybacking on that, with everything that 0 Feet Away was, and has been and continues to grow into, we are, in my opinion, we are still a very small group, which I think is really cool. All the way from
intimate.
From intimate. I like that word. but like all the way from 2014 to 2015, 2014, there was, 15 people who were part of the rave group that went, that would be able to be called under, under 0 feet away. And then after that, 2015, I think we grew to about 100 members. And just like that, just like now, a lot of our members are co-members of other groups, across the entire country.
Correct.
So it was really cool to be able to kind of collaborate from the beginning with everybody. And from 2015 to 2018, we really grew really quite minutely. We ended up at 580 members by the end of 2018. And it was interesting to see how the group grew, because it wasn't like when you go to, it wasn't like when you go to a bar and meet an Armando and now you're friends with Joe and Armando and now let's meet other people. It was just like all these people were interested in the success of what they had become a part of and how can we make it better and how can we do it. And so it was really cool. It's something that like, you kind of hear about, but you never really expect to experience it on your own. And as we have with you guys, and as you guys have with us, it's been really exciting to just kind of see it.
I agree 100%. And then, as most of you know, I mean, we went from 0 feet away, and we haven't really had a festival in a while, but we've changed it up a little bit since then. And a lot of people probably don't know why we changed, or they have misconceptions about why we did that. But like, honestly, when it comes down to it, Grindr owns the trademark and
on the face
and the text
0 feet away.
So we wanted to change it up a little bit where we could have something that's similar, where people could still know what it is and see it at a festival and recognize it. And
but that was ours.
Yeah, exactly. And so we could do stuff along those lines. And like, we changed the face up a little bit. We designed it ourselves, and then we came up with a new text line. Like, people are always like, "What is off the way?"
Off the way.
Off the way.
Off the way.
It's 0 feet away, and it's like, it's an abbreviation. I mean, we would have kept 0 feet away if like they didn't own the trademark to that as well. But
and it's funny,
we
it's
just
0 FT with a little tiny f. Grindr is like, that's ours. But 0 capital FT. So now we are 0 foot away.
I mean, yeah, no, we just want to change it up a little bit so we could still have it similar, but something different than what Grindr had, so they couldn't come after us. So that's one thing probably people don't know. And the other thing people probably don't know is the fact that we actually have filed for, and it's still pending, but we have the trademark to our new logo. So the new 0 feet away logo will be trademarked, and it's something that is ours, that we call ourselves, so we could move forward with that and not worry about, like, I don't know, people stealing our brand or going out there and making fans that say.
I apologize, but literally I heard you say our brand and I can only think of that Contact commercial, my brand.
No.
I fucking hate that commercial so much. It is the one commercial I hate more than the Cars for Kids.
CARS, Cars for Kids. I think that's how it goes.
Donate your car today.
Yeah, see, everybody else knows it too.
Something like
Perfect.
Something along those lines.
Perfect.
So what's another thing that you think people probably did not know about 0 feet away?
So you see the 0 feet away, you see the logo, you see all the cute boys, everything like that. You think immediately, oh, those are the gays.
Well,
That's
I mean,
them.
another big thing is like we have a Grindr flag,
Mhm.
and
And
we're
around
always-
the flag, you do tend to see guys.
a lot of
making
gays.
out.
But in reality, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, 0 feet away is not a gay group.
Not
Like,
a gay group.
like if you go back to that picture I saw earlier from Tomorrow World, like I said, there's only 3 gays there. The rest of us straight, like we welcome everybody in our group. So our group is very full of like straight girls, straight guys, like bi guys, a lot of gay guys, of course, because of the whole Grindr thing. Like we're a gay majority, I guess you could say, but we honestly are not a gay group.
I think the fact that we're not a gay group makes it easier for a lot of things. Number one, I think that we by not being a specific gay group, we're able to welcome in a huge amount of different types of folks, right?
Gay Jason.
Gay Jason. I mean,
Straight ally.
straight ally. Yeah, we are the hetero allies here. But at the end of the day,
No, gay ally. Who's more
no.
The straight people are gay allies.
They are. So that's why we're straight.
Yeah.
So I mean, but at the end of the day, really, I mean, we've been able to expand who's a part of what we do, and like if you go to a campsite with us, it literally you can't tell who's gay or straight by people who are
That's
camping
true.
together,
And
who are hanging out.
at the end of the day, at a festival, when it comes down to it, what does it matter,
Right.
really?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, anywhere, what does it matter?
Exactly.
Except for maybe like, never mind. I'm gonna keep it PG. It's the first episode.
Moving right along.
Moving right along.
Anyway, so another thing, things that people may or may not know about 0 Feet Away is we actually have, I guess you could say, like chapters or regional flags of 0 Feet Away. And
I love this picture.
here's a good
This is
picture.
the coolest picture
It was
ever.
a good picture from EDC. What year was it?
This was EDC Las Vegas 2000, and I think this was 19 actually. Yeah, it was 19.
So we had a pretty big crew there, and we had all 4 chapters in one place. We had on the far left, we got the 0 Feet Away West Coast fam. Of course, all the people out on the West Coast, they have their own festivals, their own crew. Like we don't always go out to the West Coast, so they have their own flag.
Right.
Of course, you have ours in the middle there, the yellow one, which is the overall 0 Feet Away flag. And then you have the inverted flag, which is the black with the yellow face, which is the Northeastern fam, the Boston gays.
Mhm.
They go to a lot of festivals and stuff. They have their own little clique. And then on the far right, you got the DC flag.
This is the original size DC flag. For anybody who's been to a festival, you may also know that there is a tiny mini DC flag. We have a member who just has to be extra every now and then.
Well, we can't have 2 full-size flags flying around out there.
Yeah.
People will get confused. But so we have regional chapters of 0 Feet Away because we're literally all over the fucking world.
I will tell you that it is cool to be at a festival that you're not supposed to be at. For instance, I was at the Weekender, the Above and Beyond Weekender at the Gorge in 2019 as well. And
Amazing.
it was an amazing festival, right? And one of the coolest things about it was if you looked up, you saw so many different affiliates of 0 Feet Away, right? You saw the original 0 Feet Away flag that we had brought with us. You saw the big DC flag that we had brought with us. The West Coast flag was there. Our sister group, Graka, Gay Raven Circuit Almanac, their flag was there. I will always win in a sword fight against Raka. I just want Doug and Darren to know that they are not going to win the sword fight. And then you'd see TJ walking around with his little backpack and little mini flag, and you just see him either chilling on the hill or walking through the crowd, and he'd just be like, "Oh yeah, this is great." But I'm actually glad that TJ joined us on here because one of the things that I really want to talk about with TJ is kind of where one of our many roots kind of came through was the GRA. And
A pretty good percentage of 0 Feet Away in DC was an old group called the GRA.
All right, TJ, can you kind of lay out what GRA was and kind of let people know?
Yeah, absolutely. So I moved to DC many years ago. It was like 2010 when I moved here, and I was going to shows back then, going out partying, and didn't have a lot of friends that were into the rave scene. So I just kind of very deliberately started looking for other people when I was out, other gays in particular, just kind of picking them out of the crowd. And that's essentially what formed the GRA. And I started that group, I think, in the very end of 2013. But it was definitely more of like a localized Northeast focused group. It was, a lot of DC, Baltimore, New York, Philly. And yeah, I mean, definitely like once we kind of connected and found 0 Feet Away, you found 0 Feet Away and I joined. It was like a mini network that was already stood up. That was a good influx, to just kind of like add 150, 250 folks and then keep running with what 0 Feet Away ended up turning into be, which was much broader, and that was really awesome.
And I think my first interaction with the GRA was Moonrise Festival 2015.
No, absolutely.
Well, I guess that was my first festival interaction. I had gone to DC for a couple of shows at Echo and here and there, but Moonrise 2015 was really the big introduction to the whole group, and it was
I remember that.
you know, just like we do with 0 Feet Away, and when we work with Sugar Group Therapy as well.
Mhm.
It's another group that we work with and are really close and friends with. You know, we all were in the same hotel rooms or same hotel
Mhm.
group. It was easy for us to all hang out together, and there wasn't any drama, which was awesome.
Not at all.
It was one of my favorite, and that's really one of my favorite parts about our group is at the end of the day, we have a lot of people here that have a lot of different opinions, right? And that's going to happen anywhere. And that's all, kudos to everybody for that. But everybody does a really good job of being respectful to everybody in this group. And I think it's because when we started at our roots and when we started and we took our examples from the GRA and we took our examples from other groups, we saw what worked with them and what didn't work with them. And we were able to enable that to be a really positive group experience for everyone. And I mean, I think, definitely I would hope that most folks agree with that.
I agree. I mean, Moonrise, what year was that Moonrise Festival?
2015.
Was it?
It was 2015 was the
I
first.
think that was 2015. Yeah.
I only remember because there was somebody who was really concerned. We couldn't find Joe, and I was going up to take a shower, and he's like, "Leave your phone down here in case Joe calls you." And I'm like, "No, I'll take my phone with me, and I'll answer it in the shower if Joe calls me."
We actually have a picture from that festival, and there it is.
Wait. These festivals have showers?
Well, no.
The hotel has shower.
Okay.
Oh, that's such a good picture.
Right?
Throwback right there, right?
And this was when I birthed my festival baby, Kyle Kelly.
I remember.
I know Kelly. Yeah.
He had the little freaking wet cloth thing that was super damp and cold, and he would just, whenever he was around anybody, it didn't matter what was happening, he was just like, here.
That's one of my children that I'm the most proud of.
Now look at her.
That's actually, it's funny that so you about Kyle, that's where we met the beginning of our Boston fam.
Correct.
Joe and I, as we do, we're not able to really, sleep after the festival.
Yeah, that's not a thing. I mean, we don't have time for that.
We don't have time for that, right? There's too much to do. So we went to this after party in this weird club down the street in the Inner Harbor that was like, it was like literally when you watch a movie and people are like, "What's the password?" Chihuahua. Okay, you're in. Like that was how we basically got in. And it was a cool thing. And we're both up top and we looked down and we saw Derek Chung and Fabio. We looked down and they were both there, and then we started talking with them, hanging out. And we spent the next whole day of the festival with them and the GRA together. So other things you might not know about 0 Feet Away, kind of just moving right along. We've begun to really embrace the fact that Facebook and Twitter and all the social media stuff, it's not the only way that we can reach people. So we actually created a website to be able to help people bring other people in, but also to learn more about us, to be a part of the community as well and learn our story. So what you're seeing on your screen right now is basically the homepage of it. You see a bunch. Actually, can you stop right there? Because I think that's one of the coolest pictures that we have of 0 Feet Away. If you're looking at your screen right now, this is what is one of the coolest things about it, right? Is you see tons of different festivals and the flag at everyone. That you see everybody hanging out together. There's groups that are small, big, large, medium. You see Mason right there on the left-hand corner, right now. It's a really cool. It's just I say it 1,000 times, in a year, but this is just a really cool group to be a part of. It's not just because we're at a festival. It's because we're at a festival with everybody who's there with us. And I know that sounds super sappy and goofy, but it's the truth. It really is the truth. It is the way that it is, and it's just awesome.
And another thing that people probably don't know, they probably do know, but we actually have a merch store. We have merch out there. Like we have some of the merch here. Like we got.
This is a bandana in case you want to rob a bank. I'm not tying it around my head, but yeah, bandanas we have on the merch store there. So definitely some cool stuff there. Whenever you don't want to breathe in dust at a festival. My mom always asks me, why do you guys wear sunglasses at night when you're at a festival? And I told her because of the lasers, and she did not believe me. She was very, very aware that that was not the case. Don't know how that was the case. As always, you know, you never want to leave to go to the festival without some kind of way to carry all your shit. We've got our 0 feet away bag. We also, as you'll see on the screen, there is a face garter. Right now, currently, I think those might be out of stock, but it is one thing that we brought in to begin with. And I think actually one of the cool things that we've got here, and this is one of our partnerships, is with Clack That Fan. So just so everybody hears it, there we are. But the Clack That Fan version of our 0 feet away plan, both in yellow and orange. I'm not here to plug the stuff. I'm here to just tell you it's there. I think it's really cool that, you know, as a group we are able to have our own kind of identity, and having the logo, having the different things really does help with that. You know, even when I go home to you know, backwoods Pennsylvania, people want to know what the symbol means or what's going on and want to hear the story. And when you tell them what it is, they're really cool and really involved in it. So I think it helps us develop an identity better. But I think also, especially with the development of the new logo, you know, at the end of the day, this really helps us be able to not have to worry about any lawsuits from Grindr as well. So
along the lines of merch and moving forward, like we want to do more merch, we want to do new things, and like that's another thing though I guess we want to ask from you guys, the people who would be buying the merch, like what do you want to see as far as merch that we would want to put out there? I mean, there's so many options, and like I just want to see what you guys would think. Jordan,
Can you guys do a long sleeve jersey?
long sleeve jersey.
1 second.
Oh, like a hockey sweater. Like a hockey sweater. That'd be cool.
I mean, I could see that. That's something to think about.
We discussed getting a 0 feet away. Oh, like that. Okay, so like an
actual,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
like it doesn't
yeah,
have to be a
yeah,
sweater. Just like the waffle shirts, like they do, something like that.
Exactly.
Okay. What about you, Mason? Any ideas?
You know, I got a serious answer from me. Oh wow.
I know. It's a
Wow,
first.
I was gonna go with an energy drink, like a barely legal energy drink, is what
That's
I was
actually what I'm drinking right now. This is called coffee with a K.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Good
Yeah,
morning,
I mean,
Coffee with a K? That's
Yeah,
what it's
coffee
called?
with a K.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Go back.
I just wanted a coffee earlier.
All right, Chris, what do you think about
Chris, what do you
merch?
think merch-wise? I'm sure you got 12 ideas, but just pick one.
Yeah, we need one.
Just one. Chris is
And
not
he's gone.
We've lost connection with Chris.
I'll tell you what I would love to rock. I would love to
I'm
rock.
back. I'm out of friends. I'm trying not to be rude.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Okay.
he's coming right back. Okay.
and we lost Chris.
Okay, TJ, go ahead.
TJ, come on back.
Continue.
I would love to rock a little like camelback backpack. Like not necessarily camelback, but just like a backpack you could put like a bladder into. That'd be hot.
No, I thought about something like that along those lines. That'd be cool as well. I would do something like that as well.
Doug, Darren, I mean, I know you guys are for folks who don't know, Doug and Darren, they are part of our sister group, Gay Rave and Circuit Almanac. They do a lot. I mean, we've had the pleasure, and we've actually had you know, the privilege to really work with them on a lot of different things. Is there anything that you guys would want to see merch wise from us that you know, what you think would be really good? Maybe even a collaboration merch idea.
If Darren was here, he would say jock straps, but seriously, probably like hoodies or sweatpants
That'd be awesome.
for those colder festivals.
The after party wear, the 0 feet away after party collection.
So something that has not been announced, but there's talks, and we're working with some people. The 0 feet away may or may not be releasing a harness here in the future. So,
That's funny.
so that's something to keep your eye out for. But
I really second the sweatpants and hoodies. for
Joe,
sure.
will they have a pouch on the
No,
Hey,
no, I don't like
the harness?
We'll draw up some, you know, we'll draw up some ideas, and we can do what we always do, which is you know, which is always put up things to a vote, whether it's in a chat, whether it's in our page. You know, we always like to get the input from you guys. It's at the end of the day, yeah, you see a lot of me and Joe, and you see a lot of some of the folks here, Chris and PJ, and you know, I mean, basically everybody who's on this thing, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
We rely on your feedback.
this is
because-
not our group. This is our group.
Our group.
And we're a pirate group. And, like, we need to make sure that that works. So taking a look here. So another thing you might not know about 0 Feet Away, you know, have you guys heard of this new thing called YouTube? Apparently we've got a YouTube page. This was news to me today. So but we got a YouTube page, 0 Feet Away presents. Currently we're at 28 subscribers. We have 1,500 members plus in 0 Feet Away. So we may have to work on that number together here.
Yeah, I don't see the math.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Chris, you got a comment, question, or concern?
Yes, I am totally on board with cold weather gear. You know, and the other suggestion, I like the harness too, because I don't like to have a lot of shit on me. So it's either going to be a harness or a posh. So totally love those ideas.
Oh, a posh?
What's a posh?
What's
Yes.
a posh?
A posh?
You're a little posh.
Huh.
Anywho,
Anyway,
so we have a YouTube channel. We put a lot of our different recaps of events, a lot of memories on there as well. You see some of them. You know, obviously we typically post them on our social medias, but beyond that, we really do. You know, we like to have that available for folks. And through this whole goofy year and a half almost that or almost I guess a full year that we've been doing, you know, virtual festivals and virtual streams and everything. There's a lot of really good content just to go back and remember what we're coming back to, which is each other. And I think that's kind of cool.
another big thing that I wanna touch on that a lot of people really don't take advantage of, or they probably don't know it exists, to be honest. But we do have a festival spreadsheet, which is basically just a spreadsheet has all the festivals on. It basically you could put your name onto the list, and basically when you want to sit down and go to a festival, you could check out the 0 Feet Away list, see what festival people are going to. Clearly, looking at this list, there's a lot of people going to EDC Las Vegas. So if you had to pick one festival out of all the other ones and you see a bunch of people going to EDC Las Vegas, you're like, hey, let me go to that festival. I'll see a lot more people there than I would if I were to go somewhere. Like, it's a good way to get a feel for who's going to what festival. And like, I see 3 people on that list that I have a good time with. Let me go to that festival.
I see 3 people on that list that I see post a lot in 0 Feet Away, or
like, it's just,
I chat to a lot of the.
I use it as a tool to pick festivals to go through throughout the year, because there's so many to choose from these days.
Yep.
And another good thing is we just started this, but no one has really filled it out yet. It's the 0 Feet Away directory. I don't know why it zoomed in so far here, or why it's so, well, we got a little
of a tech issue. Remember, this is the first episode, so I welcome everybody to keep their comments to themselves.
Yeah, but basically, on the directory list is basically what we have is you can put your name in there, and if it ever loads.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah, so here we go. You put your name, you could put your Instagram handle. If you want people to connect with your Instagram, connect on Snapchat, you could put your city and state, basically. So like, I know a lot of us in this group travel. So it's like, hey, I'm going to Charlotte, North Carolina. These people are going to be there. Let me hit them up. The goal is to have people in our
A stronger
group.
community.
Yeah, just go around and meet people. Put your favorite festival, your first festival, your first 0 Feet Away festival, just to get a feel of like, oh, I might have seen this person here. I might have seen this person there. The big thing, there's 2 kinds of festivals. There's camping festivals and there's EDC type festivals. EDC offers camping now, but there's a lot of festivals out there where you leave the festival, you go back to a hotel room. It's a completely different atmosphere than.
It's not bad, or it's
No.
different. You know, it's like when they did it in Seinfeld. Not that there's anything wrong with.
So
hotel
like,
festivals.
if you want to throw together a camp, if you want to throw together a good group to go to a camping festival,
Mhm.
you could go through the list and be like, hey, this person likes camping. Let's invite them to the festival. And then of course, another big thing is music interests. I mean, some people hate one type of music, and they love another type of music. And it's just like, I don't know, it's a good place to connect with people as far as DJs and music type. And then of course we have our 0 Feet Away email address, because I know a lot of you hoes don't get on Facebook because you're you're against it or you're boycotting it or social media in general, if you sign up for the email list, you'll get emails about a 0 Feet Away event or a festival that's coming up or a merch sale.
This isn't an automated email. This is something that we work on specifically to go out.
Literally.
So it's not like being part of a drip campaign with other like Old Navy's like, oh, you joined us. Thanks so much. Oh, did you see that we have pants? By the way, it's September. Let's get stuff for St. Patrick's Day. Like You're not getting that, right? You're getting stuff that's directly a part of what we are doing in the group or what you are doing in the group. And that's one of the cool things, right? Is if we know that there's a West Coast meetup and we're able to promote it, that's huge. It's able to help you guys grow on the West Coast. It's able to help you guys meet new people, and that's kind of what we want to do. So it's kind of exciting to be part of that email list. You see, and really, if we are looking at new merch that's coming out, that's where you're going to hear about the merch first. That's where you're going to see the discounts on the merch. That's where you're going to see anything like that. So always a good decision, just like Samuel Adams, to go ahead and get on the directory list. We definitely want you guys to fill that out. We want to be able to help show if someone's going to Lost Lands and they say that dubstep is or someone's not going to Lost Lands, but they say that dubstep or rhythm or just, any kind of craziness is their type of jam. We want to reach out to someone on that directory who maybe doesn't know to go to that and bring them into it. So it's one of the coolest things that we can definitely do. Really kind of moving right along. We're trying to kind of go through all of this here with you guys. There's a lot of information.
I know, and we're on a strict time schedule. The biggest thing with the spreadsheet, and some people hate spreadsheets, such as yourself.
I am
honestly,
very vocal about
my
it.
biggest thing about the spreadsheet is to be able to go through there, pick an event or see an event, see that we have a lot of people that are interested or going, and we could plan 0 Feet Away meetups around that or events or stuff like that. So it's a big planning tool for us as well as other people who want to go to festivals and don't know which one to pick. Whereas if you see a lot of people going to this festival, you're like, maybe I'll try that one out, as opposed to this festival I'm going to go to and not know anybody.
Right.
That's my biggest thing.
And I've been to festivals where I don't know anybody, and not everybody is like me, where I'll just go up and start talking to somebody, or I'll just go up and be like, oh, I like your shorts. At the end of the day, it's tough to be able to meet some people sometimes. So we want to make it as easy as possible to meet people that you might not know physically. That sounded weird. To meet people that you want to start introducing new music tastes to. Maybe you vibe with someone, but they're all about that really Wookiee goofiness, and you are just all about that big room house. At the end of the day, big room house and Wookieess really go really well together. But until you guys talk about it, or until you guys introduce and drag the other one to the stage, you're never gonna know. So this is why we want this tool to be able to help everybody kind of, number one, like Joe said, create those connections, create those connections that everybody wants and wants to have at the festivals. But also at the end of the day, we want to be able to evolve a little bit of the taste for everybody. It's fun to try new things, and even if you don't like it, at least you can say, yeah, I tried it. So I think that's huge.
I agree. So another thing that people may or may not know is you probably see 0 Feet Away Presents around a lot. 0 Feet Away Presents, what is it? 0 Feet Away Presents is basically like our it's our production company. Like we throw a lot of events here and there, and 0 Feet Away Presents has its own Facebook page, and basically, like, if we were to what do you want?
Look at that.
Oh, I don't know how to do that. EU3?
Mhm.
Oh, well, you got to do it yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But anyway, 0 Feet Away Presents is just like, basically, if we throw an event, 0 Feet Away Presents would be the production company throwing it. And we've thrown a lot of events in the past. We have a lot of events that are coming up. Like, basically, if we're going to a festival, like, all the events would be listed here. 0 Feet Away is going to go to, we're going to Digital Garden, EDC, even like specific events. Like, we do specific events. Like, we have one coming up here in May. We're going to do a 0 Feet Away Presents Electric Beach. We'll touch more on that here in a little bit, but like, we do our own events. And that's one thing that a lot of people probably don't know about us, is like, it's not like a big crazy event with $1,000 DJ. It's just a 0 Feet Away family getting together and just having a good time together. I mean, We have a lot of past events. With the pandemic, we were doing online streams, Zoom parties. We've collabed with other groups. We've had events here in Charlotte. We've had our 0 Feet Away meetup in the park in Atlanta, because October Atlanta is like right around Imagine, which is the birthday of 0 Feet Away. So that's one thing that people should go check out, is our 0 Feet Away Presents page, because if we're doing any in specific like sanctioned events through 0 Feet Away, it would be on that page. Speaking of events that we're planning and like upcoming events like Yacht Week, we're going to Croatia. 0 Feet Away returns to Europe. Since first time since
2018.
2018 when we went to Tomorrowland in Belgium. I just started over from the beginning a little bit. So basically, we're renting a yacht. We're going to Yacht Week. We got a good little group of people going from 0 Feet Away. It'll be a fun little time. I mean, it's the little events like this that I say that that we throw together that people really don't realize we may or may not be doing. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And speaking again, we talked a little bit about the electric beach here as well. Since we're already showing, I just want to go ahead and kind of move into that. So just a little bit of what our electric beach kind of stuff looks like. If you look at your screen right now, and for folks who might hear this on audio, you'll have to check out the video on our YouTube page alone. But electric beach, last summer, we did our first electric beach at Fripp Island in South Carolina. We were able to do really just a cool amount of different things, just hanging out on the beach, not having to worry about, taking a lot of time to really plan anything in particular. It was just go hang out with your friends on the beach, go meet new people, go just listen to music, go dance, go be goofy, right? And so at the end of the day, like it was a lot of fun to just kind of be like, just kind of doing stuff, right? And I think that's the big thing, right? It's just getting together and doing stuff. Really, even in the small groups, it's definitely really important for everyone, I think. Chris has his hand raised again.
I know it is. Electric Beach this year is planned for Memorial Day weekend, which is coming up at the end of May, and we're going to Pensacola this year. So you can check out 0feetaway.com/electric beach for more info on that. But let's go to Chris and see what he has to say.
Don't go to Chris. Chris accidentally bumped it.
Okay, well, he accidentally bumped it. So moving right along then, let's talk about another virtual event that we did. This is not an in-person event, but with the pandemic and everything, people being stuck in their homes and stuff, we had to go virtual. So we actually hosted a whole virtual event.
We actually had two whole virtual events.
Did.
We had two virtual events. The first one, for copyright reasons, we can't show because it just wouldn't let anything happen.
Yeah, fuck YouTube.
Fuck YouTube! But at the end of the day, we actually have a really good amount of talent within our 0 Feet Away family. Right now on our chat with us, we have DJ Vescovo, Brandon Vescovo, who does a lot of different things with tech and with techno, and I think Tech House is kind of a lot of what he does as well. And we can move on and talk with him in a second. But as we're looking at the screen here, I just want, this is the talent that we have in our group, which is really exciting, because at the end of the day, this is not just about, like we've said 1,000 times, right? This group is not just about us, and really the folks that we have here really want to, put on their skills and show off and be able to, and not show off in a bad way, but like they've worked hard to be able to provide entertainment and provide a journey and to provide just a really cool atmosphere for all of us to take advantage of, and as you saw with us here, just because I'm terrible with names and I apologize, DJ Zimpatek or Zimpatic, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, DJ Autro. Past that, we have DJ Bryson Ryder, one of our friends in Charlotte, who is a part of 0 Feet Away as well, and it just really he's all about creating a really cool experience for folks. And then past that, of course, we have without giving him too much of a big head, DJ Jo, who has really done a lot to really kind of learn this pretty quickly. And I can say that because I get to watch him kind of learn it. So I think it's exciting to see, the folks that we have doing all of this kind of entertainment for us, but also the folks that we have really providing a spot for us to enjoy their talent as well. And Brandon, I don't know if that's something that you would agree with. Please feel free to speak more to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's been really cool. I know initially Joe approached me about submitting a video to one of the things that you've done over the last year. And I thought that I couldn't do it because my phone won't hold this space for the video, and I didn't know. And then I was just, because I'm a tech idiot, I don't know anything. Turns out I could have, and so I would like to the next time you do. And also, I was just watching that video of Electric Beach. I was like, actually, it would be really cool. Yeah, that's something I feel I actually could join this year. I'm literally just thinking about that. I'm like, that feels reasonable. I'm in kind of a weird employment and money situation at the moment, and living and all that, but that sounds doable. So I actually would love to do that because it would be kind of fun to join, maybe do like a little set on the beach or something. And I don't know. It's really cool. Like everybody has been. It's clear that you guys really do care about creating a community beyond things, and even over the course of the last year, like it's been nice to see you guys doing things like that, and trying to keep this and keeping everything alive. And I want to be more involved with it this year and next year as well. So sure. And yeah, I do tech house, progressive, techno. You pretty much nailed it with the genres. That was pretty much core of my sound. So yes.
One of the things I want to bring up to folks too, since we've got you on, currently right now on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. We do have DJ Vescovo does do a tech show. My brain is totally blanking on the name. I had it.
It's called Tectonic, Tonic, and it is on my Twitch, DJ Vescovo. And it's every Tuesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Very much like a tech house, progressive techno journey, very moody, sexy, a little bit after hours, sort of feeling.
That's what I need after working at the office all day.
But yeah, after working at the office all day, you want to, be transported to a Berlin sex dungeon. So, that's what I give you. That's what I give you on Tuesday nights at 8 to 10. So.
Perfect. Well, that's great because of the time change, right?
Right.
I think Berlin is Central Time, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, we've got a bunch of great talent here. DJ Vescovo, spelled
VESCOVO.
Yep, Tectonic. You can find that on Twitch. Really cool that we have, like I said, a lot of.
I'm also uploading the recordings to SoundCloud every Friday, and the recording from this week and the debut week are on my SoundCloud now, same name, Vescovo. So
awesome. So one of the things that you may not know about us as well is, like I had mentioned before previously, we did do a second stream that YouTube took down and really kind of copyrighted the hell out of. But at the end of the day, this is probably one of the things that I'm most proud of that we were able to do as a community. Obviously, we're still in the grips of whatever this COVID landscape is that we are in, and it's not something that anybody is happy about, but it is the reality of the situation, regardless of anyone's views of anything. When this happened and folks are really starting to get hit poorly by not being able to continue their job, not being able, really the fear and uncertainty really took a hold of a lot of it. We were able to create with our group and a few DJs a live virtual stream that really helped us to kind of show off the talent of the folks that we know really are a part of this. But beyond that, really allowed us to help provide for our other members. And I say us, speaking of everybody who's listening to this, everybody who's a part of the live broadcast, any of that, because everybody who was here was a part of that donation series. And it was really cool to be able to see folks who may not have even met other people know that this was going to help someone in their same community. We had started with a goal of just $1,000. We didn't know, based on how everybody was, we didn't know what everybody's situation was. We didn't know where people were going to be. We ended up crushing that because of the folks who donated and because of the care and the community feel that you guys have created with us. And it was really awesome to be able to spread the donations out to a bunch of different folks who really needed the help for their bills, for for food, for groceries, whatever it was. It was just amazing, to be honest with you. It really
I
was.
agree, and we did a good job. We raised over $2,000,
$2,790,
almost $3,000 for people in need, and we gave all that money back to certain members.
Those were back to specific 0 feet away members. Each member had an opportunity to create to fill out a survey was able to let us know how they needed the money, was able to let us know why they, not a deserving thing. This wasn't a qualification. This was a, hey, I need help, please help me. And we were able to do that with a bunch of different members. And so correct, it was really cool to be able to do that with folks. And again, thank you very much for helping our other members. This is, they were able to get through some stuff because of you guys at the end of the day.
So moving along, another big thing, which is what I'm really excited and proud of, and I want to do it again very soon, is that we've actually thrown our own festival. We had a good small little group. It was during COVID, so we kept it very small and intimate, but it was an amazing time.
It was.
We called it our Electric Forest, and we basically went up to the Pennsylvania mountains, and we just had an amazing time with a bunch of different people. And we just basically we just had a little.
Who's that guy with the helmet?
I don't know. We basically had a little festival in the woods, and we had a stage set up. We didn't have many DJs. It was just me up there spinning some tunes, but maybe we'll get some more people interested. And we basically just had a great time. It was literally one of my best festivals of 2020. I mean, there wasn't many because they were all canceled, but here's a picture that's sideways. I don't know why, but someone's staring at the stage. But no, basically we had a good little time. And what are your biggest takebacks from our festival back in, when did we do it? May?
We did May, yeah. It was back in May. So we were able to get this done where we really set, basically the way that we set this up, and you'll see kind of the lights and the lasers and everything right there. I was able to go to Electric Forest and kind of see how they played around with lights in the woods and creating different things. And obviously Joe is really good at creating stage setups and playing with the lasers and the smoke and everything. And we were able to create a really cool, immersive, lit up woods experience for a lot of folks. Chris Castora, he was there with us as well. And I think with anybody who went there, we had folks who traveled. They drove from Chicago to come down. I think we had 5 of our Chicago fans, 4 of our Chicago fans. We had DC fan there. We had Charlotte people there. We had this was a small gathering, like you said, but it was a gathering that allowed us to be able to experience what we were all missing, which at the end of the day wasn't really just the festival part. It was just the getting together part. It was just the small intimacy, like Joe has said a couple of times. And so it was, for me, I think the part that really stuck out the most to me was the fact that we had a group of ragtag people, a bunch of folks who just the same as you would do with any other festival, would never ever really meet walking in the street, who ended up being really good friends. Chris actually ended up going to Tomorrowland previously the year before with some of the folks who came. Chris, what did you think about the festival?
I think it was a great break. It was good to get everybody together and just catch up, and it was a good time. The music was good, the environment was good. I had a blast. I think I would love to do it yearly, and see where that goes. I think it's a great idea, but I loved it. It was home.
Yeah, and that's funny, right? Because it's not the place that we usually go. But it was the people, and it was the feel. And earlier, I'm going to even take back the people. It was the community feel that you have at a festival with different people. I think that was what tied it together. It's like the bow that ties the room together. That chair really tied the room together, but that festival really tied the year together.
We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it bigger and better, and we're gonna just stay tuned for that. Just keep your ears open. Like we don't mess around. Like we're gonna do something big, and it'll start off small, of course, but it'll be big in our eyes, and then eventually one day it'll be big in everyone else's eyes. We'll see what happens. Moving along, we're getting towards the end of our show here.
Yeah.
One other thing that we do, you guys might see in the Facebook group, we do a lot every Friday. It's called Festival Stream Fridays, and basically it's just we have a little watch party in our group on Facebook, and every week it's a different festival. And my goal with this is get people in the mood for the weekend. I mean, right now clubs and festivals and events aren't really happening, so you want to get something to get people in the mood for the weekend, get them hyped. And my other
Get the people going.
it gets the people going. My other biggest thing with this is maybe like we do a different festival every weekend, and maybe a lot of them are very small festivals. My biggest goal is to get festivals out there that you might not even know exist. And then you watch our festival stream Friday, and you see the recap from Moonrise Festival, which I have on the screen right now. It's just a small festival in Baltimore or something. This week's festival was Shambhala, which is in Canada. It's a dubstep festival. Like, just get people educated about other festivals out there. Other
Get
than
them excited about going to try something new.
other
Right.
than like the mainstream stuff, which you see a lot of EDC, you see a lot of Tomorrowland, you see a lot of Ultra, but there's small festivals out there that are a lot better,
Killer.
a lot better than
They
those
are
festivals.
amazing. One festival for me specifically that I would talk about is Camp Bisco. It's a really cool mix of jam band, house, and just crazy stupid work. And it's awesome. My biggest memory from Camp Bisco, one of the smallest festivals that I went to in 2019, I got to watch Walker and Royce while floating around in a lazy river, and I got to see Jade Cicada. And right after that, I got to ride on a ski lift up and down while being totally sober, of course, and enjoying the beautiful moonlight of the sky. And really, so kind of wrapping it all up, we've talked about them 1,000 times, and really, we really are super appreciative of their presence with us, of their friendship with us, and of their consistency in helping us grow to be better. We really fell in. Doug, don't leave yet. Doug, don't leave yet. Doug, don't leave yet. We really fell into a really good group and a really good relationship with Graka. As I've mentioned, I like saying Graka because it's what I started dubbing them, because it's hard to say Gay Raven Circuit Almanac every single time. But they have offered a lot of just really intentional and constructive insight. And we really regard them as our sister group. And Doug, I don't know if you got any comments, but I mean, it's just what has been kind of teaming with us and working with us and through everything, including EDC 2019 and the planning stages on that for our group photos and everything. What is it that you like about working with us? And I guess what has your experience been with us? I just want to see how has your experience been?
I think we're just on the same page about a lot of stuff, and that makes it easy to work with you guys to set up events and set up meetups. And since we go to the same things and we agree on a lot of things, it just makes things so much easier, because there are definitely other groups out there as well that are doing similar things as us, but I think we feel pretty close to you guys because number one, you're fun and you're awesome, but number two, I think the members are pretty similar in what we're looking for and what we try to do. So I think that's why we've worked out so well.
Now, what a lot of folks may not know, who maybe aren't as I hate to say the word cultured with 0 Feet Away, but or with Graka. And again, I hope you guys like the name Graka.
You guys called us Graka first.
But what a lot of folks might not know is you guys are entirely West Coast, and we are. Not specifically like you're stuck there, but you guys are based West Coast. You're 3 hours behind. There's a lot of different things that are available there, and we're over here on the East Coast. And so how do what is it like trying to make things work with that time difference, and with live streams and everything like that we've been doing?
I actually think that has kind of helped us because we're now spread out into different time zones. Yikes, my phone just went off. And so we could cover a little bit more ground in terms of time. So I think that was actually a good thing in a way. But that's what's cool about working with you guys, is that you are on the East Coast. When we used to have live events, that we knew people over there on the other side, and so we felt like we could work with people further away from us, and it just felt like so much more like a bigger thing.
the last thing I've got for you, because I know you got to head out. The last thing I've got for you, and again, I appreciate you staying on with us for so long as you have, and kind of being part of everything that we do. From I know we've reached out to you for merchandising ideas. I know we've reached out to you for the ideas, everything like that. The last thing that I have is out of the virtual productions that we've done. We've done for folks who don't know. Is Graka Gay Raven Circuit Almanac, run by Doug Lau and run by Darren, and I can't think of Darren's last name.
Who cares?
Yes.
Hey, Joe.
But at the end of the day, they've done live streams with us with Masterbeat. They've done live streams with us to work together with the Tomorrowland live streams.
EDC.
EDC. Doug, what's been your favorite event to do with us in the what's your favorite event we teamed up on the virtual side?
EDC for sure. I think that was our like first one and our biggest one, I think, together for sure. But also because it was earlier in the pandemic and we were all kind of itching for something to do. And I think that event was probably our most successful one. We had so many people joining.
That was I remember, it was like staying up for 3 days straight having to, these people
it was just like a festival.
Yeah, it was because people would just go to the recast of the festival that just restarted all over, and it was like, oh wait, they're here now, gotta go to them.
I streamed all the pool parties during the day while everyone else was sleeping. But no, it was definitely good. Thanks for joining us and talking a little bit about Graka. And we're gonna have a later episode where we talk more about other rave groups, and we'd like to have you back and talk about Graka and a bunch of other stuff like that. So
of course, I'd love to.
Appreciate that. But for any last comments, you want to go around the room and see if anyone has anything to say?
Yeah, let's start. Let's just start with Jordan. Jordan, any what are your takeaways from the podcast? Did you enjoy it?
First of all, is this going to be on Apple Podcasts or Spotify?
Of course, we're gonna find a way to get it somewhere.
Of course.
Perfect. Because this is probably going to be like my
when they
morning run
of course
podcast.
Morning run podcast. I like it. That's a lot of energy.
well, especially with that energy drink that Mason suggested earlier.
Oh well,
Yeah. No, everything's great. Honestly, like. This is my vibe.
Well,
I think you guys said before you try to create like a really. I rarely say this about groups, but this is honestly like, I feel right at home with you guys.
Well,
I'll leave it at that.
I'm glad that you've been here to experience it with us.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's about is your experience. So like, we really appreciate that you're there with us, and
I have no complaints.
All right, let's go to Brandon. Brandon, our resident DJ in the room tonight.
I've always thought this was cool. Both, and it was honestly why, like in the first place, when I came down to visit you all and stay at your house for for that weekend in November of 2019, it's because you had made just enough of an impression on me, even than that Joe and people and Patrick and Brandon Burton. The time that I was like, I should just come spend some more time with these people. And then and I totally in 2020 I was like, I'm gonna spend a little more time with the 0 feet away people. Let me get into this and do all this. And then the pandemic happened. But like I've been really like, you guys are great, and you bring so much just like joy and positivity and forward thinkingness to what can be a very depressing time, number one, but also you're just good people, and I would love to continue to stay involved and plugged in with anything that 0 feet away is doing.
Thank you for being here for us with us. Let's get Chris, our resident moderator in the room. What do you have to say? I know you've got some ideas and some thoughts and everything.
Maybe some opinions.
Yeah, even those too. Yeah.
What's funny is you're making the same amount of sound that you did when you played Cascade at Imagine. 0. Maybe you should unmute yourself.
I love it. I didn't realize I was on mute. No, of course, I have some great ideas. I have some ideas. I think it's gonna be a great, good thing. The best is yet to come, as they say.
Yeah.
Well, for you especially this weekend. I mean, Green Velvet's on Saturday, so.
There's still tickets. They're hard to get, but there's still tickets.
We know how to get tickets.
Trust me.
Are you guys gonna come? Is there a surprise appearance tomorrow?
I mean,
Well, if we told you, it wouldn't be a surprise.
yeah, that's just true.
True. I know there's a possibility.
I'm not gonna say that because then you're gonna think it's real.
I'm not gonna say no, but I'm not gonna say yes because you know how that goes.
I'm not gonna say I love you, but I love you.
One can only hope. My battery's gonna die, guys.
No, that's the end of it.
Love
We appreciate
We
you
gotta
on.
run. Thanks for tuning in. Thank
Of
you,
course.
all you guys, for tuning in, and we appreciate every single one of you. And we're gonna head out because we gotta go.
We gotta go.
So
Appreciate you. I gotta go too. Got another Zoom.
stay tuned. We'll announce the next one soon, and we'll let you know when that is. We don't know when it is yet either. So
Remember,
stay tuned.
0 FM. You won't find this on the radio.
Yeah, you won't find this on the radio for sure.